Here we are in one of our ginger fields. We're just about ready to harvest. Anywhere for the next 15 to 22 days, we'll be coming into these fields and digging up our ginger. You can see this ginger is starting to yellow and starting to die back. When it dies back and eventually dries completely, this is the sign from nature that all the strength is down in the rhizomes. And that's when we want to harvest it, when it's at its peak pungency. And here you can see the ginger that's here. This goes all through here. It's a little tough to take out. There's some more. In each one of these little mounds we have 4 plants, and we probably average around 20 pounds to 25 pounds per mound. So we're hoping to harvest probably around 25 to 30,000 pounds of ginger this year. These are crops that we grow around the ginger to support it. This is a pigeon pea or Caginus caginus. The ginger, when it's first planted, needs exposure to the sun, and then about 5 months into the planting it needs shade. And this is what these crops do. They not only provide nitrogen, but they provide shade. What I'm doing is digging out one of the ginger plants. I won't be able to dig it all the way out because it's rather dry, and the soil's dry, and it'd be hard to pull it out without a shovel. But it'll sort of give you an idea of the size of it. This is just the top parts, and it goes out further over here and around. This is what you see, and going down, it will probably go down about that far. This would be about maybe 3.5 pounds of ginger that will be down in this group under here. This is the blue ring ginger that we grow on the Nueva farm here in Costa Rica. The local name for it is Gran Cayman. I sent Paul a bunch of samples when we started, and he did extensive testing on the medicinal properties of all the different gingers, and he determined that this is the variety that has the most benefit for mankind medicinally, and it is what we grow exclusively on the farm. The biodynamic farm is a living organism. It requires that we try and eventually will have all our inputs be self-generated from the same farm. So what we need to do that is a good source of manure. And on the Luna farm, we use pigs, goats, sheep, chickens, turkeys, ducks, cattle, and water buffalo, and to get a wide range of manures. Also, all those animals have a different role. They are animal tractors. We use them to come in and clear the fields. Before, we used to put our fellows in the fields, and we'd get a huge workload going on for 2 to 3 weeks to cut down all the brush, to move all the brush, and now that's done by the animals. So we're lucky in the sense that not only do they provide us with manure and sometimes food products, they also do a bunch of the work. And here we are in our compost sheds. We make 24 compost piles a year, generally about 6 meters, 20 feet long. When they're finished, we get 4 to 6 tons of finished compost, high quality compost. In those piles, we use a variety of ingredients. Some of them you can see behind me. This is a king grass, brings in nitrogen. We also have some broadleaf weeds and also trees that fix nitrogen. So that's 2 of our ingredients. The other ingredients we use are banana husk, banana peels, different animal manures, principally our cows and our oxen and water buffalo. We also use yucca husk, which we get from a nearby yucca processing plant. We also use sugar cane and juices from our locally grown, our farm-grown cane. We have a little bit of sawdust. We use compost from an older pile, which we use to inoculate the new piles.
We also use rice bran and molasses. What we do is we run them through a shredder and we collect the forest microorganisms, which we mix in a mix of molasses and water in these organisms, and we spray all the ingredients as they come out of the shredder. And it's a long process. It takes about 3 days to bring all the materials on site, and it's loud, noisy, and sometimes dangerous because we have a lot of machinery running. But it really makes a wonderful compost.
On our biodynamic farm here at Nueva, it's not only just about compost. The human element is very important. The people that make this farm work are so important to the spirit and our life force here. We can't separate the human worker from the animals. Again, we look for that contentedness in our animals as they work with us and serve us. We serve them. We want to have this organism, this dynamic organism that involves the celestial forces and the terrestrial forces. And they come together through the soil. And we all participate in that process. We can't take any one of those away from it. It would not be that living, dynamic farm without all of us.